and welcome to the Muse Talk. My name is Gadede Aku Segbefia. Here we speak with artists. We get to know how their craft started, how it's going, and what the future looks like for them. This episode is brought to you by Versus Space and Happy Woods Creatives. They are experts in your logo designs, banners, flyers, whatever the design is. Just call the numbers scrolling on your screen and they will sort you out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, my name is Ansong, and you're watching the Muse Talk.
Hi, I am Bonkwa, and you are watching the Muse Talk.
Hello, my name is the Humankind, and you are watching the Muse Talk.
Welcome back. It's still the Muse Talk. Today, my guest is a spoken word god. You should see him on stage. He fires it up. Bars to bars to bars to bars. Jewell-King speaks. Morga.
Yo.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good, huh?
Yeah.
How did spoken word start for you?
Okay, so I would say it started way back JHS. A teacher called Maclean Opare introduced the Junior Graphic Fan Club, and then I saw people write for it to appear in the graphic, so I took to it as well, and I had 2 of my poems appear in there, and I took it up. But I became serious when I went to the uni, that's KNUST to be precise, Crependale. Then
So you went to KNUST?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then I was withdrawn from KNUST.
Why?
Because of I wasn't doing well academically, and it was because of financial reasons. So instead of feeding my brain, I was finding ways to feed my belly. You get it?
Yeah, you're not studying.
Yeah. So that was what happened. But it's all good.
It's fine.
Yeah, very fine.
You turn out good.
You understand?
Who is Jewell?
So Jewell is as you can see, I'm a guy.
Of course.
From a family of 6, 3 boys and a girl. Completed Legon. I did religions and communication, and then I'm also a spoken word artist, and I love slam, to be precise. I've won like 8 slams, poetry slams, but I boast with just 3. That's
why the other ones?
The other ones, I don't really book them like that.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, so a Halakasa 2016, Jive Slam 2018, and then I think the one at Commonwealth. Yeah, those are the ones I speak with. So yeah.
Did I hear you say you went to Legon?
Yeah.
So wait, you were withdrawn from KNUST?
Yeah.
And at what point did you enter Legon?
I think was it 2018 or 2019? So like from KNUST, I stayed home for a while, and then gathered money for myself and went back again.
Oh.
Yeah, because I just wanted to challenge myself that wasn't the end of the road with regards to school. So I had to go again.
You're a fighter.
You understand?
So how long have you been doing spoken word? Even to mankind.
Okay. If we take the JHS out, I'll strictly start.
So let's say professionally.
Yeah, I'll strictly start from 2014 till now. 2014 till now. Yeah.
How would you describe the journey?
It's been awesome, and I think it opened my eyes to different aspects of life, and also changed my train of thoughts, because I used to be very timid. I don't like talking, and it was a culture. I call it the shut up culture. The shut up culture is in aspects. We have one from the home where how do we call it? They tell you that when the elderly is talking, you don't talk. So then it tends to make you timid.
Yes.
You don't
can't express yourself.
Then it cuts to the classroom where silence is there. You understand? And if you don't have power over the English language, you are mocked. So you don't want to even speak for someone to laugh at you. And then we have the speech impediment part of it. So I had that. I had speech impediment. I was struggling with that. So what helped me was when I got into poetry, when I'm reciting, I have my brother Royal. I don't know if you know
Yeah, I
him.
know Royal.
Yeah, Royal is very articulate. So he will sit in the audience, listen to me. The words I don't pronounce well, when we come home, I have to recite those poems for like an hour before we sleep.
Jesus, if
Until
you ever told me you had that problem, I would not believe it, because I mean, you should see yourself on stage the way you go like that.
yeah. So I used to have that. I used to have that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So you mentioned your teacher as one of the people that influenced you to do spoken word. Is there
Yeah.
any other person, you were listening to or you were watching that helped you to develop this whole
Okay.
desire for spoken
So
word?
I'll say I knew just the writing aspect of it. I thought it was just something like a normal hobby until I was exposed at KNUST. So I'll say Elidio and Slimu. I began listening to them. Elidio took me out to Sasa, and Sasa was a different ball game altogether. My first poem actually is very
I
funny.
think I've heard that before, but please say it again. The rhyme for me.
You want
I want to hear it again.
So
Let me
it
hear and
goes
laugh at
like,
you.
I saw a fairy eating blackberries. Don't worry, fam. Sorry, I didn't see her in a diary. I saw her in a bakery beside the lorry. She was very hairy, hair curly, not bloody. I decided to be a buddy buddy.
I mean, what is this?
So that was my first ever poem. And then when I heard Elidio and Slimu do spoken word, I'm like, wow, this kind of different. It has a different touch to it. So Slimu is more like the wordplay type, and Elidio is more like the message type. So I tend to combine the two of their styles with mine. So there is a message in there, and I'm also giving you wordplay and bars to enjoy.
Bars.
Yeah, bars, bars.
But when you look at yourself then,
Yeah.
and you look at yourself now,
Mm.
how do you feel? Because with the first poem you wrote and the poems you're writing now,
I feel it was a learning process, and I'm very proud of myself right now. Like right now, mostly I feel no one can touch me.
no one can touch.
No one, and mostly it's like it made me sort of believe in the saying that practice makes perfect.
Yes, it
Because I remember there was an incident at home. Someone came to my mom and was like, "Ah, Jonah na obana obodamana onamano kasa kasa." And my mom was like, "Oh, nah, don't worry about him. He's rehearsing." So I can be walking and talking, just rehearsing every time. Like even in the shower, I'm still rehearsing because I just want to be perfect. I don't want to be repeating my poems. I want to give new poems all the time. So yeah, it's been a good journey. It's been a learning process and all.
Wow, wow. So, watching you and listening to you on stage, it's more of the attitude you bring to what you're doing. Like if it's a slam, you scare your competitors. Like it's the way you go like that, you're like that. But I mean, I keep asking creatives this question because I know I am one, so I know how it feels like. How did your mother, you mentioned your mother, how do your parents accept that I want to be a spoken word artist? They say, "Oh, Meba, congratulations, met Taiwichi, Anna, oh, Bodamana." Like, how did you go? How was it?
My parents never accepted this.
Of
like,
course.
They were like, "Are you crazy? You go to the uni and all, and this what you actually want to do." So I remember for some time they were funding me, like coming to Accra to perform and back. I used to live in Kufuridua, so I'll come from Kufuridua to Accra and back. So lorry fare came from my mom or Pastor Ike, and mostly when I go home, I don't bring returns. They are like, "How? How can you take my money, not bring anything in return, and you don't have anything for yourself as well?" So they weren't in support of the craft. It was, I think, when I won the 2016 Poetry Slam and I visited Ivory Coast for the first time, and then everyone was chill. They are like, "Oh, okay, good things can come out of this." And I think after that, I've traveled to a lot of countries. So right now it's international things.
Right now, they offer Meba.
What's your name?
Okay, you mentioned earlier that you had a speech problem.
Yeah.
How would you describe growing up, like a little boy having this problem with speech? I
Yeah.
can imagine how much you had inside of you that you wanted to bring
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
How were you able to go through that phase of your life?
Okay.
And like you mentioned, your brother helped
Yeah.
you. Did
Yeah.
any other family member help you through it?
Okay, so I'll say it was a difficult one. I didn't like to speak English because I'll always be laughed at, mocked at, and then no one was actually paying attention to it. They thought it was one of those things until poetry came in. So I'll say basically those that helped me was my bro and poetry. That's Royal and poetry. And also I think Pastor Ike because
You keep mentioning Pastor
yeah, yeah,
Ike. Who
yeah,
is
yeah.
Pastor Ike?
So Pastor Ike was the youth pastor for
Oh,
ICGC Koforidua Jesus
okay,
Temple,
okay.
and he's someone that loves the youth and talent as well. So he tends to promote that in the church. So he created this group called Inspire, and it was more like a hub containing all the talented folks at church, be it rap, singing, poetry, or whatever. So he will always make us rehearse. I think before going for the 2016 slam, he will meet me every day for me to rehearse. And the thing is, I wasn't scared because it was 3 rounds, but I had 7 poems. Can you imagine?
You, of course, you will not be scared. 3 rounds, 7 points. Oh, the fab baby, yeah, you are ready for them.
I tell you. So if there was a tie, whoa, you understand, and that man really helped with regards to that. Yeah, I really respect him because we live in an era where the church doesn't really encourage
Yes.
talent that much,
Yeah.
but he's
He
always on the
did.
go. Yeah.
So let's talk about your international, stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not a local champion.
You understand.
You've gone beyond.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. How is it
Sure.
feeling like? And when now compared to now, how do you feel?
Like,
When you walk in town, they say Jewel speaks. I mean, how do you
yeah,
feel?
like I feel very good. I feel great. I feel awesome in the sense that there are places that I tell people I don't have any reason to be here if not for poetry.
Sure.
Yeah, like what am I going to Nigeria to do? What am I going to Kenya to do? What am I going to South Africa to do if not for poetry? So it's more like poetry always gives me a reason to be somewhere, a reason to travel, a reason to do something.
Sure.
You understand? Yeah, so that's what I'll say. Like, I feel great. I feel great.
So do you do spoken word full time?
Yep.
Does it pay?
Yes, it pays. It
Why
does
did you
pay.
stress on it? Yes, it
Because
pays.
why I stressed on it is because like mostly we talk about it's not paying. Most people talk about the fact that poetry doesn't pay. Yesterday we went for a show before the Shishi Slam.
Okay.
And this morning I had my mobile alert,
Chai.
1,005 Ghana cedis.
For a day's job, right?
For a day's job. Not even a day, an evening.
2 hours.
2 hours. You get it?
That's someone's monthly salary.
I tell you. So these days, mostly I've coined a strategy. Mostly when you do these gigs, you don't see the money come in very huge bulks, so you tend to spend it on stuff and you don't see how much you are getting. So I pay myself 1,000 cedis a month, every month, and I save at a bank. So like so far we are in the 3rd month. I have 4,000, meaning I've paid myself ahead of time.
I get it.
Do you get it?
Yes.
That's just for this year in poetry. So I've paid myself ahead of time. So that's what I'm doing, and then I'm using it as an investment. So at the end of the year, I'll have some on it, and anything that I want to do with it, invest it in some into poetry, and then I'm also venturing into videography. So if there are gadgets I want to buy for that one as well. So it depends on you, the individual, what you are seeing, how you should plan it and all. Some people will say it doesn't pay, but I think it's with time.
Yes.
Because starting from 2014 till now, yeah.
I mean, you don't go around begging for money.
No,
I think
don't.
I don't know whether to call it a problem, but I think one problem with we creatives is that we expect that Uko gig ne ba na waji 20,000. Yes, there's a time for that.
Yeah,
But I think we have to appreciate the little beginnings.
exactly.
That is how when the big one comes, you appreciate.
You appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, what makes a professional spoken word artist? Do I just pick a pen and a paper and put one, like your first poem,
Yeah.
put one or two things down? I make sure they rhyme,
You
and then
understand?
I mean, should it make sense,
Mhm.
or it's just bars?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
or I have to go to school and learn some basics. Then I can call myself a spoken word
I don't
artist.
think you have to go to school and learn any basics. I think talent is talent, and there are different avenues for learning. The internet is there. You investing into yourself, researching and finding out stuffs for you to is also there.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to be too bookish with what you are doing as well, because it won't match up. I think everyday daily conversations are sort of poetry in a way, and it's not just about picking a pen and a paper as well. You understand? You have to know what you are saying. It's not just about bars as well. If you are giving bars, what message are you
Putting
conveying
across,
as
okay.
well? So you should know you for yourself and know what aspect you want to tackle in regards to your talent. Let's say you want to solve social issues with what you are doing. With the poetry aspect, you want to solve social issues. So when you pick a pen, you know the direction
You're going.
you are going.
Okay.
That this is what I'm doing for now. So all that comes in place, and then again, I think you should have a brand. You should know who you are. Like you realize everyone sees me and it's about my hair. Even if I cut it, they are like, why did you cut your hair?
Yes, like the Santo you did.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo.
yeah. Why did you cut it? Oh, Jewell, your hair, Jewell, this. So you should carve that niche for yourself as well, for people to know you for something. So like this, my hair I shaved actually is for an exhibition I want to do in 2024, and it's planned maybe in the next after 3 years. After 3 years from now, you see me in dreads. It's all about my hair and and asking people why guys can't grow their hair. Why should we
have a piece like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah. Why should we be stereotyped for it? So there's a social issue I've dedicated myself to solving with regards to poetry. Maybe I may not solve it like entirely, but then
you get to a point.
yeah, I'll have an impact. I'll stir a revolution or something with regards to it. Yeah. So that's all.
So what are your thoughts about the spoken word community? What do you think about it?
In Ghana or the world
Well, we'll
as
start from Ghana, and
okay.
then maybe if you have something to say internationally, fine.
I think so far Ghana is doing well with the help of Ehalakasa. So I didn't mention I'm a member of Ehalakasa, a core member.
A core member.
Yeah.
No, not founder. Core member.
So the
So
poetry.
since you've mentioned a halakasa, maybe you would explain what a halakasa is, then you can continue.
Okay, so Ehalakasa comes from 3 Ghanaian languages. That's Ewe in English. Eha in Ewe means song. La in Ga means sing. And Kasa in Twi means talk. So Eha la Kasa. And then when we say Eha la Kasa, you respond, it lives in us. Eha la Kasa.
It lives in us.
Nice one. So yeah, that's it. And I think the community has been holding poetry down for the longest time in this country. We have the likes of Poetra, Rhymesoni, Nana Sase, Mutumbu, all the greats coming out of Ehalakasa.
Oh,
yes, you have all of them coming out of Ehalakasa.
And these are great poets.
Very great poets. And with regards to women empowerment, I think we have that aspect where it is not like male dominated. So we've carved a different space for the females to challenge themselves, which is the she
Oh,
slam.
the shish.
Yeah, you were there,
I
right?
was there. I was there. I mean, are you sure? I think you're getting competition, oh, kaka
Oh,
kaka.
yeah, like
Because
I
the
mean,
girls were good.
there was this girl that was word playing with bars. I don't know her name. I
Is it Anson?
yeah,
Or man, no, Anson, I
with
think.
the blue and black hair.
Yes, Anson.
And
Yes.
so I'm like, nah, I need to do a duet with this girl because that was fire.
Their energy. See, I was a
Like,
score master, yeah, but
yeah,
I couldn't just sit
you
and
want
no, I have to because it
nah.
was so good.
The girls are good. The girls. Look at the last piece. Incorrect did.
Mm.
If you be easy, do them.
Yeah, it's easy. Do
If you be
'em.
easy, do them.
Do 'em. Like
Yeah,
they just spoke every poet's mind.
that's all.
Yes, that's
That's
it.
all. Like some people think it's easy. They are like, you just pick a pen, I give you a topic, you write about it, you come and perform. It's not just about that. Like it's serious. So yeah, Halakasa has been there for poetry in Ghana, and I think so far so good. So far so good. We are craving to go to the extra mile. I think with the I went to Burkina recently, and it was through the ticket of a Halakasa because
Halakasa.
I won the first Paku poetry slam and I had to represent Ghana outside. So yeah.
I mean, I have to walk around saying that, yo, do you know Jewel speaks? I know him. You don't know him. I mean, international act.
You understand. You understand.
Wow.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you're working on a project about the hair thing.
Yeah.
What other projects are you working on?
Okay, so
Baby.
I have a lot of projects. I have rhetoric orchestra. I have the hair project. I have quarantine sessions, which I had when we were
Lockdown.
on lockdown. So quarantine is more like CHOIR antine sessions where poetry meets a choir. You get it? I have that, and I have the suits and acoustic sessions too. So
Okay.
yeah, they are all projects I'm still working on. And there is this longest project, and I think it's because a lot of people are involved. I've always been talking about it, but it's never out. But I'm believing God that probably my birthday will be out this year. That's the Disable album.
Okay.
THIS able, Disable album. And it's about people who are differently able. Yeah.
I like the way you put it.
Yeah.
Differently able.
Differently able. Because you find an autistic child playing the piano so well and singing so great. That person is differently able. They can't see, but they have foresight. Differently able.
Wow.
Faith is something you haven't seen but believed. The blind man, differently able. Yeah, the fact that they are crippled doesn't mean you can push them around. Differently able. So yeah, that's what the album is about, and I'm doing it for people to know that on a real, disability isn't inability.
Never.
Yeah, and with that, there is this lady I like a lot, Helen Keller. I think she was blind, but she was a lecturer. She wrote books and all. Yeah, so you can research on her. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you would love to do a duet with Anson.
Yeah.
Are there any other poets you would like to collaborate and
Fiber.
do stuff? That's another one.
Yeah.
Why
Fiber.
Fiber?
I think
For some reason,
no, Fiber is good, and Fiber is more like Fiber is egoistic with what he does, so he makes sure that whatever he does is top notch.
Yes.
It matches his standard. Like me, makase me you and amaye.
And he doesn't create room for mistakes. Like it has to go this way. And
exactly.
He beats himself if it doesn't go that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think sometimes he's even hard on himself.
He's always sometimes always.
Yeah, so he's someone I would like to work with, and I think I would like to work with new music.
That nigga.
Yeah, that nigga.
What kind of? Because he's into music.
Yeah.
What kind of project?
So yesterday a thought hit me, and I feel like poets don't collaborate enough. And when we talk about collaboration. We think it's us and our fellow poets,
Mm-hmm.
but we should be able to move out of that genre
Sure.
and let poetry meet music, let poetry meet rap.
Mm-hmm.
So I have under this able, I have a poet that I featured a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was a nice blend. So we even dance. Can we do a piece where you are featuring a dancer like Dance God, Lisa, Afronita, or any of them like that, to match those two crafts and see what they bet?
That'll be something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the next dimension. If I'm doing sessions, it will be music, it will be dance. Like, let them choreograph what I'm saying and let me just speak.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to take spoken word to the next level or
Exactly.
another level.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
So in case someone wants to, link up with you,
Yeah.
go to your social media pages to just snoop around,
Yeah.
just put it out there. Social media, how they can contact you and everything.
So for Instagram, Spokengod Gram. For Facebook is Jewell-King Speaks. Jewel is Jewell, King hyphen Speaks. Yeah, and for Twitter, it's also Spokengod Gram. Yeah. And then if you really want to get me, go to the Ehalakasa page.
Mm-hmm.
EHALAKASA. Go there. Just send them a DM and tell them you need Jewell-King Speaks on your program.
To come speak at your event.
Ah,
thank you so much.
that's a word play.
Okay.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been really great having you here. I admire you actually. Your work and everything. I like energy. So when I see energy, I really love energy.
Sure.
Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome and thanks for having me as well.
Thank you so much. It's still the Muse Talk. My name is Gadede Aku Segbefia. I've had a very interesting conversation with Jewell-King Speaks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. See you. Bye-bye.